Voi che cosa pensate invece della contrada?
Io?
Certo.
Oh.
So the question that I've been asking everyone for this project is, what does the word contrada mean to you now?
The word contrada means to me now, has developed over time, basically in one word, it's family. The first time I went to Siena was in 2005 to participate in a music festival. Being a professional musician, I had an interest to travel and participate in such a festival overseas. I just happened to go with a group of friends to a dinner that was part of the Bruco Contrada's gastronomic feast or festival, 10 days that they hold every summer in July. And so that was quite by chance that it happened to be the Bruco Contrada that I visited. Schopenhauer says there are no coincidences. So when you look back later, perhaps you will read them in a different manner. The people that I met in the Contrada, then from that point on, I was introduced to other people, and they invited me to return. Friends of friends developed into being almost family members, the group that we have now. They were very gracious and cordial, welcoming. I never felt like a tourist, but also I never behaved like a tourist. I was respectful. It's not about the palio. It's not to go just when there is a festive season.
Right.
I've been at all different times during the year, and it's not just to celebrate certain events.
So do you think it's difficult then being apart for lengthy periods of time per se, because you're not really experiencing, like you said, the daily life?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Thank goodness we have Skype and video chat and WhatsApp that we had ages ago. That's what makes a contrada. It's not just the palio. People, I think, find that concept the most difficult. It's 4 days. There are 361 days that they are preparing
Together.
and living that life together.
I think that's one of the most charming things about the city, is the importance of family within the institutions of the contrada. From the outside, it's very fascinating, and people see the palio and they see the pageantry, and they kind of are charmed by that. But the respect for forging relationships and having them be genuine and not made for an ulterior motive is crucial to actually truly experiencing what it is to be in the contrada. That's the whole point of it.
Exactly. Or to be in a family. That has always been my
realization from the beginning. So who is your godmother, and why was this selection before your baptism important? And has that grown as a relationship?
My godmother is Katia Leolini. She was one of the first people that I met in the contrada early on. And we had a good, we say in Italian, sintonia, a good symbiotic relationship, and many heart-to-heart discussions. And so a friendship blossomed from there. I'm not sure if this is something you wanted to know, the backstory of the baptism. Well, that was kind of interesting. They told me in the Bruco that about the mythical river under the city was called Diana. So to them that was also a curiosity. It was a funny point of conversation about my name. And I had injured my ankle running in Chianti on the white gravel roads there, famous. I later was walking in the woods, and I stumbled upon what I later found out to be 3 baby cinghiale, also 3 being the opportune word, because things usually happen to me in 3s, so good and bad. So it was the Trinity, we would say. But I approached somewhat, perhaps too closely, and I heard a rumbling from the forest, and it happened to be the father, because it had large tusks. This was the wild boar, and I just started running. When I recounted that story at a dinner a few days later, it was said that they decided that should any other misfortune happen to me, I would be covered as long as I would be baptized. So that's kind of what led up to my baptism. And for you, how about the people that we've met and over the years, the relationships that developed? Did you have initially one idea?
Definitely.
And did that change, and how did that change over time?
Well, at least when I first heard the word contrada, I must have been about 10 or 11, and I really didn't understand it completely. And I think at the time I was younger, so I had school and I had family, in other places that I would go and visit while you were in Siena. I thought of it more as somewhere where you went, somewhere, you had this great group of friends. But then going and having that realization that they were 100% genuine and they wanted to speak with me, I think was just very eye-opening, because it's not that I didn't expect that, but it's a very different thing to experience that unequivocal love and interest and, genuine support that they had right off the bat. Having that influence from an early age and then growing into an adult and seeing those familial values has definitely, I think, just made me more appreciative of what true friendship is and what real love is, in the sense that, like you said, it's not always just about the celebrations, it's not always about happy times, it's about every single day. And I think, I don't know who it was specifically, but I can't think of one person, probably because it's been said by many people. They have said to you, and to me, but at least directly to you, we don't view you as an outsider, we don't view you as someone who came in later. And they don't just say that, like, that's actually, it's a mutual feeling that we have. So I just think that has definitely shaped what I look for in friendships and relationships outside of the contrada as well. It's just kind of been like a standard that's been set. Mm-hmm. And so how would you say being in the Bruco contrada has shaped your life?
Well, it certainly has enlarged my family. And that structure of knowing that you can count on someone or a group of people, yes, it impacts, because it enlarges your support group and people that unconditionally care about you.
Right.
And the trust, fidelity within the group. Mm-hmm. I think honor, all of those things that perhaps without such a group already named contrada, some of those things in society today are perhaps gone by the wayside.
Right.
Unfortunately. How about impacting you from this point on? How do you perhaps foresee how it might impact you at this age moving forward?
I mean, I think it's tricky, because you can't always, you can say what your hopes and dreams are for the future, but I know I kind of take it one day at a time. But I think in the future, if I have a family, I would hope to be able to also, like how you have done with me, kind of show them that life and make that a part of their life. It just kind of depends